So we're standing in a burial ground from the 1750s, and it's the night before Halloween, and that got me thinking, what would these people have been doing on All Hallows Eve in the 1700s? Well, it depends on who you ask. A lot of people buried in this grave were actually in the Revolutionary War, which is really interesting to think about. But what's also interesting to think about is, let's take ourselves to All Hallows Eve in 1750, when this burial ground was erected, and wonder what we would be doing. Wonder what these people right here would be doing on All Hallows Eve. Well, it really depends on if you're a Christian or if you're not. Because the Protestant Christians, mainly Lutherans and the Methodists who had moved their way over from London, would be getting ready for All Saints' Day, which would be tomorrow. All Saints' Eve could be baking bread, large amounts of bread, in their giant hearths as the community comes together and gets ready to cook a big meal tomorrow, not only for themselves, but for the people who are in need. It's a good time to reflect on those who have passed and also reflect on helping those who are in need right now. Not only that, but it's also just a good time for them to think about the saints and how they were crucial to the starting of the church, and also just to biblical moments in general. It's a very fun time for those people, because people might be coming over, singing songs, sitting around a fire, drinking hot beverages, and telling each other stories of the saints, reading Bibles to each other, and then tomorrow morning getting ready for church as the children go to bed all tucked in, and they get a nice story read to them about one of their favorite saints. Now, another way to celebrate All Hallows Eve is through an interesting way called Samhain, which is a Gaelic term. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I had to do a lot of research on this one. I don't want to make light of such a cherished tradition for a lot of people, so I'll keep it vague, because some people may have celebrated it one way, and then just 20 miles down the road celebrated it another way. So mainly what happened on Samhain was there was a large fire built and a large meal that was prepared. They called it the dumb supper. And the whole idea of it was to invite the dead and to not only entertain them, feed them, but also tell them the stories of the news that happened this past year. It's a very interesting way to celebrate, but what's really also, if you think about it, kind of interesting, is that both of these groups, very different in their beliefs, are legitimately celebrating the dead through the use of just coming together as friends and family and celebrating those who lost their lives, really, in the past year. Because All Saints' Day does coincide with All Souls' Day, which is the day after. So, as different as these beliefs could be, because people at the time would think that anyone who celebrated Samhain were pagans, and the others were Christians, so you can't be any different from those two. It's weird how different they were, but how similar in essence they were as well. So, think about this. Halloween, All Hallows Eve turns into Halloween because the two of them get combined. But back in 1750, they were two very different things. And yet, they were two very similar things. So, put yourself in the time frame of 1750, All Hallows Eve. What do you think you would be doing to celebrate? From Matt and I, we hope you have a happy and healthy Halloween. We thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, and game on.